and... Move. Move more. Hold that. Thank you. Hello and welcome to another episode of Motors for the Masses, and today we are in the midst of the COVID-19 outbreak, and I know we're being a bit silly, but it is very serious. So please stay at home and don't go out unless it's absolutely necessary. We as a garage are open for emergency repairs for vehicles, for essential key workers. So whilst we're whiling away the time, we thought we'd bring you another NTV episode. We've got lots of bits and lots of things to do. So let's roll the intro and get cracking. Crack! They can't see you. What have we got today? Well, we have a new seat, and I have my doubts as to whether this is actually going to fit or look good, but we'll try that out later. We've also got a new headlight unit. It's called the Dominator double twin headlight thing. I'm sure it's better than that, but that's what it's called, I think. That's going to go in place of this big round thing on the front, so we shall try them later. And we've also got some brake stuff. We've got front and rear sintered pads. We've also got pistons and seals for the front and rear calipers. We've got a new rear brake disc. I know it looks like a 12-inch LP, but it is actually a rear brake disc, and it is actually for this bike. And we've got a front disc as well. So new discs and pads and new piston and seal kits, so the brakes should be superb. So we'll do that first, I think. Don't you? Yeah. Sorry, rephrase that. Jamie will start that first. Yes?
Yeah.
Right, good. We're doing it in shifts. So I will do one bit, then he does another bit, and we're keeping our distance. Because that's what the government says in the NHS, and we like to stick to rules-ish. And we've got the new Mudguard as well. That has arrived, and we're going to be measuring up how to fit it, if not actually fitting it. We'll come to that soon. So the issue at the moment is that this pin in here has been painted over, so we've got to try and release that pin so we can get the pads out. That's the first hurdle.
Okay, I've just noticed that the fork seal on this left-hand fork is leaking, so once I've replaced the pistons and the seals and the caliper today, I'm not going to reattach the caliper back to the fork yet. The reason being is the oil is running down this leg here and it could contaminate the new pads that I put in, so I'll put all the pads in the caliper, but I'll just leave it hanging higher up the bike until I get round to doing the fork seals. Okay, so this is the pad pin cover just here, which is sort of a bit rounded off and been painted over by the previous owner. I couldn't undo it just by using the screwdriver, so what I will do is I've attached the caliper back on the fork nice and solid. I'll use the screwdriver with a bit of tap-in action to try and loosen it up while turning at the same time. And there she goes. Okay, so I've just taken the pads out of the caliper. So there's one of the old pads. This was the pad pin that was holding them in. As you can see, it's a little bit rusty and dry. That's why it's a little bit stiff to get out. And you've got your little spring clip for your pads. Make sure they're seated properly and give them a bit of tension on them. I don't know if you can see that there, but there you can see them pistons are rusty. So they need replacing. So what we're going to do now is basically pump these out as far as we can using the hydraulics, and then obviously we've got a piston removal tool here which will just go on the inside of the pistons like so, and then you twist and pull to get them out of the caliper. So let's go have a go at that.
So the idea is to try and pump the brakes to pump the piston out, but it's proving to be quite stiff. Oh, it's starting to move. You can see it's starting to move, but
just keep pumping that, mate, until it basically pops out now at the moment. Because
right, we're going to stop this, because otherwise we'll be here till the end of time.
So we pumped them out basically until that one's popped. The next one's just about to go. Hopefully now we can get these out. There we go.
So if you spill brake fluid on the floor, Jamie, what's the best thing to use to clean it up?
I mean, there's this absorbent sort of granules you can buy. It's a bit like, looks a bit like cat litter. I put that down to absorb it all. You sweep it up, and then I'll just brake cleaner it down just to.
And please tell the ladies and gentlemen what brake fluid does when it contaminates.
Well, what brake fluid does is, it can eat away at your paint. So you want to get it off any painted surfaces or anything like that. Wash it down. The main thing about brake fluid is what they call hygroscopic, I believe it's called, and what it does is it absorbs water over time. So basically that's why you change your brake fluid. They recommend every 2 years.
So now you can see here, look, just how rusty the pistons are. They are pretty rank. And that is why it's always best to change them, especially if they've been sitting in the bike for so long and the bike's been sitting not doing anything for so long. We could have cleaned them up, but for the amount they cost, it's not worth it. And at the end of the day, they've got to stop you. And once we're finished on the brakes, then of course we'll sweep that up and it should absorb all the brake fluid nicely. So if you look in here, you've got your dust seals and your main seals inside, and they're all chipped away at the edge. They're not smooth, so the action of the piston isn't going to be smooth. And that's why you need to change these. Otherwise you put new pistons in without changing the seals and they will leak because they've worn away over time. So that's why the seals need to come out and brand new seals need to go in with the new pistons. Right, whilst Jamie is off cleaning up the pins, I want to show you this. Now look, this is the rubber seal. Now you can see here just how pitted and rough that now is. It hasn't fared very well over time. Obviously it's done its job, but now it's past its prime, so that we'll replace. Now this in here, the important bit is to get inside where the seal sits. You need to clean that up in there and get rid of all the crustiness, otherwise the seal isn't going to fit properly inside and it's not going to seal and do its job. So don't skimp on the cleaning. Make sure you get in there and get all the gunk out. And that's what it looks like on the other side of that clean. There you go, all cleaned out, scrubbed with brake cleaner and ready for the new pistons. Lovely.
Oh, I don't know if you can see it here, but we're going to have to stop there because I've just went to fit the seals, which all went in okay. Maybe a little bit tight getting in, but nothing unexpected with seals. If you look at the pistons, the new ones are for bigger diameter, so they're not going to fit.
Somebody ordered the wrong ones, or they sent the wrong ones, either that.
Oh dear.
Bloody marvellous.
Next.
So, as the brakes can't be done for now, until we've sourced the correct pistons, we're going to change the headlight. Oh, everything's seized. Oh. And old. Well, the other nut on the other side was rounded off, very much so, and jammed in there like these ones were, but at least I could get some leverage on these ones. The other one I couldn't, so we're going to prise it open, and as you can see it's rusted to hell in there. So who cares, we're going to snap it off, and unfortunately we have to take this off to be able to get the nut on the back here, so we can take the light off here. What fun. Right, managed to get it undone. That was tight, and I don't think that's probably ever been off, ever. What a nightmare that was. But anyway, it's coming off, and then the new light can go in its place, and we'll see what it looks like. I want to try and use these brackets again without having to make some more. We're just going to paint them black, but we'll see. Oh look, all that lovely rust. Amazing. So, as that one comes out, that one goes in. I think that looked quite nice. Obviously, I have to sort out this wiring and figure out what does what and what can be replaced. Yeah, and then I've got to figure out where this is going to go, because it isn't all going to sit inside here like on the other unit. All this goes inside the headlight unit. I have to find somewhere to tile that behind this. But for now, I'm just going to see if it fits on there and what it looks like, because I'm desperate to see it and I'm impatient. And there we go, the new headlights, and I think they look bloody fantastic. Obviously there's all the wiring to sort out, but for now they're in place and they look superb. What do you think? So next comes the Mudguard. Now here it is. I'm not going to tell you what this is from. If you can guess what this is from, please leave a comment in the comment section below where you think this Mudguard is from or what bike it's off. But for now, it's going to go in there like that. It can't go any lower because of the fork legs here, so it'll have to go where the main stanchions are. It'll be about there, I think. What do you reckon height-wise? Again, let us know in the comment section below what you think of that. Now, it does come with two brackets. We've got the over bracket here, which will go, oh, wrong way around. My mistake. There you go. That will go over there like so, and we'll have to manufacture a bracket to come off here up to bolt onto that, so that will sit over there like so. We also may have to lose this because that is going to catch on the tyre, so it needs a little bit of modification. You also get a bracket to mount it at the back. That's going to need some modification as well. Right, so it seems that for that to go in there like that, yes, we can use this bracket, but what we're going to do is cut the bracket down and put a screw flat piece onto here so it can bolt through here. So that will go like so in there with that on there, and then a flat piece going on here to screw through and bolt it on that way. And then the back one will make a bracket to go from these two holes to come to this hole on this side here on both sides. So that will keep that nice and secure where it should be. The other alternative was to put a bar down here, but I think that will wobble too much. So I think if we can brace it either side here and at the back, that will be the way to go. We're not going to be able to do that today, unfortunately, because we're going to have to cut this off, get a flat piece of metal, measure it and weld it through, and we're running out of time. Unfortunately, we had a lot of issues with the brakes, taking a long time. So, it's a bloody fruitless day, unfortunately. But anyway, there's something else I want to show you before we finish. And that is this, the seat. Now, this seat was only £23 off eBay, so it's just a generic cheap one. But to mount that on there like so, lengthwise it looks okay, but it just looks low and a bit small. I don't think it's low and small as such, it's just that this is mammoth in comparison to the bike and everything else. Now, I've seen apocalyptic flat trackers and scrambler type bikes that have a really short, low seat. So from that point of view, it works, but from overall, I don't know. Please leave your comments in the comment section below what you think. Is that going to be good enough? And I know some people have suggested jacking the back end up, but I don't know if I want to do that. Thoughts, please. Right, let's have a sit and see if that makes a difference. I mean, height-wise, that feels good. Those do feel quite high, I must admit. You expect your feet to be down here, but then the exhaust are going to be down there. So maybe I do need to be, but then if I'm up here, the handlebars feel too low? I don't know. I really don't know. I'll tell you what, I'll stick it on the centre stand and then see if I can get my feet up. Oh, that feels really high. That feels like it'd be awkward to ride. It's going to be bad enough to ride with these tyres. I'm not sure that's needs to be, but then that I don't know. What does it look like from that point of view? Let me know. Do I look a knob? And yes, I probably do anyway, but do I look a knob on this bike? Stop laughing, Jamie. What are your thoughts, Jamie?
What, on the knob bit or on the bike? I don't know. I don't think it looks too bad, apart from, yes, I think your legs are a bit squeezed up.
But they do fit in that recess of the tank there.
The problem is where you said you want to be, that's like another 6 to 8 inches above where it is.
Like that.
And yeah, and then it's going to look like a CBR 1000 at the back, like that deep. And
then it's going to be angled to be able to do that. It's going to be like that. It's going to look weird. So it needs to be up here, but then we've got to chop the entire, that's too much. I'm not doing that. I'm not chopping the entire frame. It's supposed to be done on a decent budget, not major modifications. And it is supposed to be an apocalyptic scrambler, which, let's be honest, they were bikes that were just mottled together with pieces of crap laying around.
At the end of the day, it's going to be something to look at more than ride, isn't it? So.
But as I say, they were supposed to be bikes that were mottled together out of pieces of crap that was laying about. Yeah. Not major modification of raising this, doing that, and I'm at a quandary, and I don't know what to do. I
think they get to the point as long as it worked.
There you go, as the sun rolls round, we've had to move the bike. Actually, it doesn't look that bad now. I'm getting used to it. Bearing in mind, the frame itself is going to be cut here. We're going to brace it in there, move all this down here, put a small panel on there to cover that up. We're going to put a piece along the back here with the lights sort of here. So ignore that. Doesn't actually look that bad. Yeah, let's go with it. It's been transformed by the headlight.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of Motors for the Masses.
We'll be back again soon with another bike and more on the NTV. We don't know what we're going to be bringing you in the coming weeks due to this COVID-19 outbreak. In all seriousness, I know we have a mess around, but please don't forget to remain safe and remain at home unless you're a key worker or a health worker or an essential part of the economy. There's nothing more to say. We hope that we'll see you all in the next video. And until then, please ride and drive carefully.
Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.